Guys, can you hear us?
Cat saying do some Love Actually writing boards.
I actually have it's got the plan for the episode on. Okay, I should have known, to be honest. I've got it open on my phone. I'm just silent. I thought my phone was on
So
silent.
much of my dish was like, is that saying that they still can't hear us? Or like, I wasn't expecting you couldn't actually still hear us. Here we go. There we go. A little bit of
It's been 3.5 minutes of no. I'm so hot.
So what I was saying was, for the third time, that I was joking, saying, "Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Are we live?" And then it turns out we were live when we thought we weren't. And luckily, the mics were off because we were chatting Bobby. But then the mics were still off when I was introducing and asking everyone if you've had a fantastic week. I quit. Yeah, like I was having a good week.
It literally, wow, guys, wow. I'm sorry about that. One
Well,
day I'll get better.
It's okay. We just own our authentic, chaotic natures.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to do us a solid like and subscribe because people are gonna think that
That's how it carries on for the whole show.
yeah, and we don't want them to actually find out that that's how we start a lot of the episodes. But we've been getting so much better the last few months, I'd say. But yeah, like and subscribe for us. It really helps the algorithm because God knows. Or write in the chat like skip to 3.5 minutes.
I was just
when it
thinking
gets
that,
good.
yeah, after the show's gone onto the YouTube channel, somebody comment like you can hear them after 3.5 minutes when they realise when they have a double bluff. Double bluff start. Oh, Meliz is busy and she'll join later on. Thank you for keeping us updated, and that'll be very nice. And it was you last week, Alexi, with Meliz letting us know, and then the other way around this week. Very cute. I love that.
I love that you have each other's backs. That's wicked. We've got a fun episode.
Have you had a good week? Which is what I was chatting about before.
That came out of it. Yeah, I have had a good week. So it started off with my birthday was Monday. I turned 32. But I saw you since then, right?
Yeah, your birthday party was this weekend.
My birthday party.
Yeah.
Yes. And what did I do? I dragged you all skating.
Hey. And now I'm in love with skating.
Spoiler alert, literally. Yeah, we weren't expecting it. There was so much talk of just sitting and watching. I don't know if I'll like it. Will it be okay? And I was like, it literally. I understand. Me and Kat are going to get the most out of this session, and I was just happy that other people would just come and try it if that's what they wanted. But no one ever sat down. Obviously, people sat down, but
it was great.
It was amazing, and to see your progress, like. I've made a little video and I'm going to share it with you because it makes me laugh. And it's also fits really well to a song that I've been given permission to use by the amazing James Graham.
Oh, wicked! Finally got around to using it.
That's so loud with it, and knowing that it's my birthday skating video. Before we get to that, can we have a moment of silence? Actually, we had that at the start of the episode.
That's what it was. 3 minutes. So these need to officially come off now.
Officially come off. Real sad moment.
But didn't we do well? We made it to the final.
When you told me that statistic about Spain, I was finally like, and everyone I've told that to since has gone, oh.
Yeah, I hope it was Lou's brother Danny that said that statistic, and I didn't check it, so I hope it's right.
You know what? If you've done it just to help us cope, it's helped.
Yeah, it definitely helped. So the statistic was that Spain had made it to 22 European finals and won all 22. This was before they made it to the 23rd and won the 23rd. So, you know, it's like,
did we ever really have a chance?
Well, it's just one of them in it that you can't complain when you lose to such a fantastic team. It's like,
yeah, definitely. And no point during that match did I think we played terribly. I feel like it just wasn't enough.
It was a brilliant game. It was a brilliant match, and it was a brilliant atmosphere where we watched it at the pub as well, wasn't it?
It was. So you've been watching it at the same pub.
Yeah.
I imagine that's where you go to watch football generally.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's where I go to do everything. Social IV. Pick up men at home.
But yeah, I wanted to join you, me, and Anna came, and Lou was with you, and Nicky with his brand new teeth looking all turkey Turkey delicious. I was
Swell.
gonna say Turkish delight.
Turkish delight.
But it was amazing. It was like at the start, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, what am I doing? This is way too much. Like,
Yeah,
the singing is
busy.
already, it's an hour before it's even started. It's like slamming tables, singing chants that are strangely political. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
I'm just like having this whole new world open up to me about football. And they scored the first goal, which was Anna's fault. She said she fancied that same guy that scored on the. I'm blaming it on you. I've literally got a video. I didn't put it on my computer where she's just here saying, "No one's singing anymore." It was like, she ruined it. She was like, "Oh no, I'm sorry."
And it say Bellingham's fit. Quick.
Foden, right?
Oh, she's saying I'm sorry, love.
I'm sorry. We were saying we were going to walk around the pub and she can apologise to everyone personally. But no, I just had a great time. I think me and Anna are, I think, about on the same level as understanding football and enjoying it. So watching it with her alongside you, Lou, and Nikki are obviously way more like, you know,
Into it.
Yeah, definitely. But it was a cool experience. And when we did score, who am I?
Yeah, but we are England and we're going to put these away for 2 years, by the way.
I've never said we the whole time we've been losing, so I don't have the right to be like,
When
we
did
now. But yeah, when we scored, the energy,
Yeah.
like,
It was insane, wasn't it?
possibly the worst embarrassing video ever taken of me, and I'm so glad that you have nothing to do with the production of this, like, technically, because
Kids had put
yeah,
that video.
I know that that's not going to happen. I know that's not going to happen
It
without
crossed
me
my
knowing.
mind somehow that like she would die if I shared this video, but I'm not like that. I'm not. I know you would physically cringe, so I'm not going to share it.
Literally, if it's an expense for content, then I'll take it. But I expected you to be like, "Oh, I've made this video of skating," and the first shot is skating, and then after that,
Yeah, it'd be in there.
just me yelling at the goal that was scored.
It's absolutely fine. She's just losing it. I don't think that you let yourself go like that. Like
It's not even that. It's not like when you just have them videos about, like, I'm fine making an idiot out of myself. You know, you just have them certain ones that, like, for some reason,
make you cringe.
it makes me want to get in a coffin and just go sleep for the rest of it. It's yeah.
I saw this funny status though, and it was like, oh, didn't the male lionesses do well? Like, you know, they really tried to achieve what we achieved.
The male lion.
No, I was like, I really like that because well,
yeah, sometimes it's referenced that way.
Yeah, well, similarly, this week I got told that my dentist was leaving. Turns out my dentist isn't leaving, but they thought that I was seeing a different dentist. But anyway, beside the point. And then they said it's going to be a lady dentist. Why are you saying it's going to be a lady dentist? Like, you wouldn't tell me it was going to be a man dentist. Like, do you know what I mean? It was really, really strange. Like, as though I'd be like, oh, well, I don't trust a lady dentist, but
a lady human, right?
Yeah, like,
that's fine.
Just really, really weird.
Do you have qualifications? You're just a lady.
Like, it's bizarre.
What's the problem? Yeah, I don't know how I'd deal with that. It's a lady. I'd be like,
yeah, okay, like you're replacing the dentist. That's what you would do.
And I've got brown hair. What are we saying here?
Before I forget, can I just say thank you, Alexi, for including us in your TikTok last week. That was really awesome of you. I loved watching it. She did like a join me on my day type thing.
TikTok.
And yeah, and then there we were like on the stream. Like, so she's like gone to like visit family and then gone out for dinner and then like she's heading home to watch the stream. But so like I think she said on there, look, that someone was going to start watching from that video. So that's really cool.
That's so cool. I need to get TikTok so I can see that wonderful. I want to see what else you get up to in your day.
Yeah,
I love content like that.
Yeah, TikTok's great for that kind of content. And plus, if you do get TikTok, me and Kat will just bombard you with conspiracy videos, which you'll just love.
No, that's fine. You know what? I quite enjoy a conspiracy theory.
Like, to be fair, actually, a lot of them aren't conspiracies. It's just like rediscovered knowledge, like things that like, you know, the ancients knew, and you know, about frequencies and brain waves, and it's interesting.
Yeah. The thing about TikTok, it's got everything on there, right?
Yeah.
I got obsessed with jade talk for a while. We were just cutting rocks open trying to find jade.
Oh yeah,
that's literally on it.
Remember that little obsession now. Yeah, we need to get to the beach, don't we? And
yes, was that DJ Smokey? Let us know where they moved. There's DJ Smokey. He's not been in the chat for a while.
He's not, has he?
Before we play the intro, I've got a question to ask you.
Me?
Yes,
Ooh.
and the people at home. Do you ever, and I suppose censorship warning, the topic is a little bit out there, but when you're in a bookstore, do you ever find that you regularly need to poop?
It's not the question I was expecting or anything along those lines.
That's what talking to me is like.
I mean,
amazing at a CD shop as well, like HMV.
I don't think so. Not. I mean, I love the smell of a bookstore, but it's hard to remember the last time I was in a bookshop to even know. But I can't. There's certain things like going for a run makes me want to go for a poo.
Okay.
Like, so I feel like if I had experienced that, maybe I would remember and say, yes, it does. But I don't, not that I can think.
It's not standing out to you specifically as something that's urgent. I'm interested. People in the chat, just yes or no. You don't need to be like, yeah, explosive. My stomach really goes. Like, exposed to.
Is that something to do with the like comfort of the smell of the books?
Well, I'll go into it, but we'll just do the intro.
See you on the other side.
Why is it like this? The haters should be loved, we invite in. You don't agree, then you're the problem that we're fighting. Open up your mind, stand up, become righteous. Why is it like this? Instead of haters should be loved, we invite in. You don't agree, then you're the problem that we're fighting. Open up your mind, stand up, become righteous.
We just found out a whole new different psychological phenomenon. So I don't know if anyone relates to that, or is just grossed out right now and you're wanting to turn off. I apologize, but I have experienced this my whole life, and it's every time I get looking for stuff, and I'm like, oh, I just want to browse. I just want to It's when people take me to bookstores, take me to HMV. I don't know how many HMVs really exist.
I used to do that every Saturday. Go to the HMV or whatever, or one of the record shops, and buy a single from in the charts every week.
Oh,
I'm
exactly the
tape.
same.
That's how old I am. That the first few singles I bought were on tape.
I was the same. I'd either get a single or a poster, and yeah, it was kind of a pastime.
Melissa's here as well.
Hey guys,
welcome.
Strange chat for you to be joining on.
Yeah, apologize. Talk for the evening.
My whole life, I'd be there 5 minutes instantly. And I'd be like, what is this? This is so annoying. And I spent at least 25 years of my life thinking I was the only one. This is just some random thing about me. Or there wasn't necessarily a correlation. It just, it's the time of day. And it turns out it is a psychological phenomenon. It's just that your bowels can be tricked into thinking you're in a very relaxed environment.
Okay, yeah.
If you're given a chance to look through options where it's not pressured, your body enters this state and your mind enters this state of like, I got free time right now. And
this is when I'm gonna go.
No one can bother me.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a really strange.
How bizarre. I mean, if I had to hazard a guess, I'd have said it's something to do with the comfort and feeling relaxed in that environment. But that is really strange. So anyone that's constipated, get yourself to a bookstore.
I strongly recommend it, literally. But you have to make sure you've got nothing else on your day. Literally, there's no rush. You've just got time to peruse the aisles. I challenge you to do it in a HMV or a Weatherspoons or something. 3 aisles you'll make.
I'm just sorry, I was just slightly distracted reading the chat. So we've got Dane in the chat as well.
Hey Dane.
Shout out Dane. What was his first?
If you getting down.
I knew I could see something hilarious. That is hilarious. My first.
You know the rap. Send it. Record and send, please.
My first single was actually Vanessa May, the violinist. Yeah, but I mean, I was really young.
I love
and
that.
I really kind of, I suppose, got into listening to music. Yeah. So God knows how I'd heard her.
My first tape was after my first CD because obviously I'm a little young bean, and someone just lent me a tape, and I was like, actually lie. First tapes were
what is this contraption?
Child audio books. Do you remember them? It was like My Little Duck.
It didn't have a child audio book, but they had a karaoke tape.
Karaoke tape, yeah. But the first one that I got was a Gorillaz Feel Good Inc.
Yeah.
Tape. I think I still have that somewhere. What was your first CD?
Do you know, like when I was just thinking then, what was my first single? Or my first CD. I remember having Blue Dabba Dee Dabba Die by Eiffel 65, whatever it is, on single CD. I can see that one in my mind. So it would have been around about then.
I used to think the lyrics was, "I'm blue. If I was green, I would die."
That's hilarious. I didn't even like that song that much, but back then it was kind of like the thing to do, that you went and bought a single that was in the charts, and sometimes it was just, you just made a decision of it's the best of a bad bunch, if you see what I mean.
Ain't it?
If anything said parental advisory explicit, was buying it.
Oh,
I
I
mean,
was the same.
what an amazing branding tactic that is. Like, they did it to
Yeah.
warn young people, but it just was so attractive.
I remember getting 50 Cent's Massacre album, and my mum literally being like, "What have you put on?" It was
Yeah.
just like, it was heavy. It was like
E17
yeah.
was Cats.
E17.
I had a few Take That CDs. I had Take That tape. Sorry, there was one tape that I had Take That, and they were all like action men on the pit. I remember the image on the little, and it was like a cardboard sleeve. It wasn't even a plastic
Oh wow.
cover.
God, that is Craig David as well.
Yeah,
I used to love Craig David.
my friend just went to see Craig David.
Oh wow.
She said it was great. But anyway,
A
enough
little
music.
bit off.
Walking down memory lane.
I know, I could stay on that forever.
Yeah, I'm loving everybody's first kind of introduction to music tapes. I do remember hearing Slim Shady for the first time when I was about 13 and being like, oh my guilty conscience as well. That was one of them. I was like, this is amazing. This is so much fun, you know.
We need to do ADHD and music. I think that'll be
I quite often joke to my mum, like, you know, if I'm at school and I'll put on music sometimes in the classroom, and it's so, I love the way the kids react to it. So many of them, the hyperactive ADHDers, it should be part of, like, has this kid got ADHD or this person? Let's put on some music and see how they react. They're literally like, they don't even know that they're doing it. They're already up and out of their seat, like it really gets them, you know, like, oh, it's brilliant. I love it.
I love the effect music can have.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It feels like quite tribal, doesn't it?
It's awesome. One thing, another thing that I wanted to show you is a fellow YouTuber. When I say fellow, I mean has been doing YouTube for a very long time, very established, has no idea who we are. There's a young man called Phidias.
Okay.
And he is a Greek Cypriot, I believe, and he's a YouTuber. If I show you React Cam, you should be able to see what I'm looking at.
Hello, Phidias.
So this is Phidias, and he became really big because he used to be in Mr. Beast videos. He was in a few of them competing in the challenges.
Yeah.
And then he just took his whole style. Sam talking about Trump. He has been laughed at a few times and maybe a little bit told off because he does videos that are like Mr. Beast, but they have a bit of a yes theory.
Okay.
But they're also very insensitive. So he did this one that was like living on Skid Row in LA, and he like ends up robbing a guy's sleeping bag because he's like, I'm just really cold, and he's like, this one was here, I've taken it, and it was like someone's bed.
Oh no.
But it's not. He's not evil. He's just very like ignorant, but in a very sweet kind of. He did this one where he was like traveling across Japan, and he was like pretending to be asleep and ill on the train. Like they base themselves on honor, right? I can't tell you, Japan is like an honor system.
Yeah,
You pay on your way out of the train, and he was found to not have a ticket, and it's just like it kind of makes you cringe.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's got that cringy element where it's like, oh, but people watch it 'cause it's like a car crash almost, right?
And his thumbnails were just, I mean, let's have a look at these. Maybe he's cleared them up now. Here we are. So yeah, he's changed. Because this used to have just a load of like dirty people's faces around it and stuff like that. This is a great one. I spent 100 hours in the world's poorest country. Like, just the way you word things. You just have to be careful.
Not very politically correct.
Yes. But this man has astounded the rest of YouTubers everywhere because he has won a parliamentary position in Cyprus.
Okay.
Cypriot YouTuber MEP considers voting. Oh right, let's see. Wins. Thanks, so voted as Cyprus So he basically goes to the EU and represents Cyprus. He'll be at the European Parliament. That's
So
part
this
of his
is
job.
this is how we're going to get into politics. Then we're going to begin on our YouTube platform, and then we're going to find ourselves making big decisions for the country.
And I think we might have a chance. Like, bear with us, guys, before you're like, what on earth? So, the current state in Cyprus has been kind of it's been awful for a while. It's this case of two parties, each being terrible, and we all know what that's like.
Yeah.
Right? We're kind of, who do you vote for? Cyprus is a little further on, where both are just extreme, and the people are tired. So, Phidias with zero policies, just promising to be honest, just promising to represent young people and the people that haven't had a voice and combat the BS that's been going on in politics. He didn't just win. He didn't just get more votes than some candidates. He won by I can't remember the things now.
This is quite exciting. Sorry to interrupt, but this
No,
is
go
a little
for
bit
it.
like the YouTubers infiltrating boxing, but on a different
Exactly.
level. It's like they've already got this following. So actually, yeah, if you
Yes.
can convert that following into votes, then you're in a very powerful position. And young
Literally.
people want to see change, right? That's one thing. They don't want fuddy-duddy old politicians that are out of touch anymore. They want this YouTuber that's in touch, that does represent that they feel like they can access. Gosh, I mean, that kind of represents
It's fun, right?
potential for the future.
It's turnout in Cyprus was just under 59%, up from 45 in the 2019 elections, with analysis attributing the rise as part of the Phidias factor.
Yeah, so it's
more
like
people are voting. According to analysis at exit poll data by news site Philly News, again his own program. He won 40% of the votes from the 18 to 24-year-old range, and the 28% of the votes from 25 to 34. And
that's huge numbers, right? For that popularity.
It's insane. The fact that he had, and also the Communist Party came just behind. I know that scares people, but I don't mind it. It's incredible, and I feel like I've heard too many older people be like, "Oh, you can't change it now. It's been like that for too long."
Yeah,
and here,
but that's a real shake up, like real shake up,
Yeah.
because it almost gives other YouTubers that like, "Ooh, hold on a minute,
Exactly.
Could we do this?"
And he's talking about so I found out a bit about this because he went on to H3. They were ripping him for a long time, had him on, and realised this guy kind of knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
At least he's funny with it, you know what I mean?
A lot of comedians are so super intelligent, and they've just turned to comedy as a way of coping. Like,
exactly. It's a really. I love it. I'm here for it, and I just want to share it with people that
I like that. Just going from that, just quickly back to the chat, just because there was a few things that I wanted to. So everyone that's watching right now, like this video for a start.
Yes,
we've got some.
Yeah, what's happening?
Yeah, we've got some good numbers of people watching. So please like the video, because it will help more people see that we are live. But going back to the chat, tape decks, CD decks. Remember, like the little mini Walkman type thing.
God, yeah.
I had a tape one, and my friend had the CD one, which was, that was like the new Fandangle thing,
Right.
whereas I'd got a tape one. But the CD one just jumped constantly, whereas my tape one played consistently, and then the CDs would get scratched.
You'd have to hold it like balanced,
yeah,
which is not how they
That's
show
not
it you when they're like skating and
Exactly.
they've got it in their back pocket. Like I'd be on a school bus like, "Ooh."
So shout out tape decks, because I was a tape deck girl. Like I remember everyone starting to trade it in for CDs. I was like, is anybody not seeing the flaws in this?
My best friend when I was younger had this. It was a technology that I never had. Mini disc player.
Yeah. They were very short lived, weren't they? Because you had to pretty much copy things onto the mini disc.
Yes.
You couldn't buy the mini disc.
MP3 players and then iPods came very quickly after and kind of got rid of them. But I always remember this little contraption looking cool as hell.
It did look really cool. And then the tapes, when they would get tangled, Dane's just said about that, and you'd have to get your pencil or your finger, and it'd be like ripping your finger up, like
That's
trying to wire it back in. They were clever. I mean, what I used to do was, once I got fed up with, say if you bought a tape from and it got an album on it, if you were fed up with that, you could put sellotape over the little holes at the bottom and then record over it. So when you'd got tapes that you've recorded on, the little bits at the bottom still had plastic over them. If you never wanted them to get recorded over, you popped those bit of plastic out, and you could never record over them.
So your wedding video would remain intact.
Yeah,
it would not be the football over it or
well,
something.
these are tapes, so the music, not an image thing.
Oh, I wonder if you could do it with videotape.
Yeah, maybe. But that was, so then if, like, with my Take That album, if and when I finally got fed up with it, you could put sellotape over the little holes. Like, shout me out if anybody remembers that piece of knowledge.
You look hilarious.
Okay, we're on to something.
It's hilarious. My mum always talks about when she used to listen to it, she used to record them off the radio.
Record the charts, yeah,
To
every
get-
Sunday.
Get good at pausing before
Yeah.
she spoke.
Sometimes you'd forget and you'd be listening, waiting for the next song to call. You look down, it was still recording. You're like, oh, like, because then you'd be like, I can't start rewinding back. You could rewind
it.
Yeah, but you could rewind and then press record. But what if
Okay.
another song started before you? It was a real risk. It was such a situation, you know, unless you was alive in those times.
I know, guys, how did we survive?
Even my first car had a tape deck, so then I went back to recording loads of my banging CDs on tape so that I could have it in my first car.
This is taking me back. Alexa's saying I don't know what Walkman is, and that's hilarious.
Yeah.
I love that so much that you never have to know what a Walkman is.
Yeah, it was basic. Like, now we have everything on here, don't we? Like Spotify, your earphones. It was like one of these, but it would had a tape that you put in it.
Let's have a look.
You must be able to get them. And there's a CD one, and there's a tape one. That is so hilarious. Oh my god, you can actually get one from Argos.
Yeah.
It's more expensive for the tape one than the CD one. Look, that's how much better a tape one is. It doesn't jump
Because it works. Also, these bad boys, I
Yeah.
remember these my whole life just always working.
Yeah.
And if it didn't, you just give it one slap and
Yeah.
it'd be right back.
You absolutely did just give it a whack. That is so funny.
Oh, this is taking me back. Let me just have a look at this mini disc player as well. I was supposed to be.
What does it say up there? It's changed the game. I need to
Torrents changed the game. Yeah,
was that LimeWire and stuff when you could download your?
I don't know if LimeWire used torrents, but my friend downloaded this like Onion Pirate Bay thing, and it processes the torrents, right? It's just like bits. But yeah, literally like the new episode of Walking Dead had come out. I'd be like, got it. People in the UK, but it's not until tomorrow morning. I'm like, got it.
I've already got it. Shout out to the girls as well, supporting us as always, saying that they're getting excited because they can see our subscribers growing. We were talking about this before we came live, that every time we came onto our channel there's like a new subscriber, and we're so close to 200 subscribers now, which is amazing because you can really focus on what you're not getting. Like, why are we not getting more followers, you know? But I think
start the podcast with
Yeah,
no sound for 3.5 minutes.
no, I think there's an element of
Yeah.
that what we're talking about isn't what the mainstream want us to be talking about. You know, they don't want us giving out free help on mental health, and they don't want us creating a positive well-being channel because they want you all to be suppressed and miserable.
Yeah, they've probably got some deal with BetterHelp or like Calm app or whatever, and
Yeah.
they'd rather you go to that.
Well, there's a
No hate to those, I'm sure you're great apps.
there's a freedom of speech like thing that everybody has signed except for X, so Instagram, all the big social media, YouTube, everybody. So if you're talking about things that aren't agreeable, then they will, you know, slam you on the algorithm. So, and I do think there's an element of that.
It's hard, isn't it? Because they're not like publicly owned companies. They are you need advertisers, and advertisers don't want racism or just hate. They don't want any bad negativity against their thing, and it's just kind of.
But they also
part of capitalism. I'm like,
yeah, I'm gonna say it's the capitalism thing because obviously we're not
mirrors.
racist. I mean, they're not gonna let us talk about. Oh, this is great natural way to support your support your well-being. They're like, no,
oh, no.
push farmer.
But I think without further ado, I need to show you a really cool skating video.
Is this of us?
It's of us.
Oh my god! I don't think you and Kat look so cool, but
you all look good. Bear in mind, Anna had put her skates on once or twice before, once indoors and once on the outdoors, where she literally just went into a bush and was like,
she
"Peace and
rolled.
love, I'm done."
Rolled towards like a big bush of stingers, didn't she? Going no, and like we just stood and laughed because that's how helpful we are as friends.
If I had that footage, I was about to say I'd show it. No, I wouldn't, because she's got the footage of the cursed footage of me that I want to never see the daylight. I got you back, girl. I'll never show that. But what I will show is It's literally
Now. That was asking as well, like, have you done a video from then? And I was like, no, I've not, to be honest. I was like, hopefully Stef has, so we're both really pleased. I'm speaking on Kat's behalf here, but we're really pleased.
let's make it a
Shrink
little bit
us down a
smaller
little
for
bit.
sec. Actually.
If you haven't already as well, Lindzi Illuminates It is live on our channel. Make sure you give it a watch. It's under the videos tab, not the live tab.
I like and I watch. It's had some controversy, right? Which we'll talk about in some episodes. But
Yeah.
one drama at a time. So now you can see skate after podcast stuff. Unfortunately, mate, my week is absolutely jam-packed, so I haven't got time tonight, but I will talk to you after. Anyone else that wants to go skating with Kat, join her.
I'm going to say, I'm happy to get out for a walk or a jog or something, kind of, and get some fresh air. I've got my dinner when I finish, though, and then after that.
Yeah, this week I'll have a lot more free, and then after the festival, we'll have a lot more fun. But hopefully this brings you back to...
Now. Look at us, all with our skates on.
Yeah.
It's a video.
You got problems, you got drama, you need to work it out. You can't solve it, it's bad karma, something you can live without. You'll never stop with your hands in your pockets and your palms up opened out. So say what you like, but take my advice, you gotta stop chasing the crowds. You can run when the rats make haste, when the cats come fake it and take your bow. Or live for the minutes and live when you're winning, when the curtain's down, turn around. You can call all the shots or stall, let the blocks fall short of the...
Can't point her out to the podcast.
You can call all the shots or stall.
This girl here.
Oh, and the purple leggings, she was so cool.
The amount of times I thought it was Lindsay that was just speeding past me.
She kind of, I think she had pink hair tattoos. She had amazing figures. I was like, I'll take that. It's not me, but I'll take it. That is me.
It was killing me. She was
So score, let the blocks fall short of the rocks and drown. Or get the beach reach beyond belief, make peace with yourself somehow.
It's so cute, isn't it? Like, we are like a load of little penguins.
Brand new
for
penguins.
the theme time.
so cute. Look at
Find a way to pick yourself up, make a change, make a brighter day. Look at the picture, not the frame. When you realize you have to keep behind your eyes, it will be alright. Yeah, it will be alright.
So zoomed in. I'm so sweaty, but look at these girls going for it.
You've got passion, you've got fire, that's in fashion now. Let's reach higher, there's no crashing when you're flying high in the clouds. You've got a ration how much you catch and you don't.
Like, can we just have a moment for Anna's progression?
Anna looks so confident.
Isn't it? I know, I should be able to just blowing kisses. And look at that confidence.
Yeah.
My face. I love that face. I only slowed it because you look really hot in it. You're like looking in the mirror, in the camera. But look at you here.
I
Look at this
love it.
dance. Your legs are straight, which is like a little bit professional. A little bit. I love it. It's Anna rocked it. She really did. I was like, what happened to the girl that was like,
I
going
know.
towards a bush?
A ration now.
It improved everyone's confidence getting on the rink.
It's a completely different surface, isn't it? It was amazing.
How much you catch and you don't wanna die with the frown. So say what you like, but take my.
Right.
I feel like I can fly. Like I was saying to, I don't know if she get through. It didn't take me ages to get through this. I was saying to Milena that for a fraction of time, I don't feel clumsy. I don't feel late.
Yeah.
I don't feel like a mess of a person, and I'm just like
Feel like elegant and like in control and.
I feel like, because I've never been a dancer or a runner or an athlete or something, you know, someone that like really channels themselves and they can lose themselves in just like, I know people that can run and they just love that headspace, the time alone and like how they feel.
It was really vibing to see how good Kat and Stef were, knowing that they started this at the beginning of spring or mid-spring time and to see that progression. And like I was saying to Kat when we were out in the week, it's like people say, oh, I'm late 30s. I mean, I know you're not late 30s, but we are. And like, Kat's obviously 40 now. And, oh, if only I'd started it when I was younger. But there's no like, don't wait, don't hang about, just do it. Like, you're only gonna wish that in 6 weeks' time or 6 months' time or next year that you'd started today.
The thing putting me off is I don't want to fall over.
Yeah.
Which again, as long as you've got protection or do you know what I mean? You're fine. It's really not that bad as it seems. And the other one is like, people laugh at me. I'm too far gone. I'm never gonna learn a skill. Like, I'm amazed myself.
The only time people have laughed at me and Kat is when they've come around the corner and found us trying to. Like, I was trying to roll her down a hill and it was just not going to plan. I was like, usually we look a lot cooler than this. I'm the runner and Kat's the skater, but
there's some outdoor terrain that just we haven't quite grasped yet.
No, not yet.
That's later stages.
Advice, you gotta stop chasing the crowds. Do you wanna come or turn back and run, make fun of the tightly wound? You're black like a pot with a kettle on your tongue and you never stop speaking loud. You gotta make great steps every day and change when the winds when they howl. Or you will eat your words absurd but it hurts, you'll be kicked to the curb in an hour. You gotta find a way to pick yourself up, make a change, make a brighter day. Look at the picture, not the frame. When you realize you hold the key behind your eyes, it will be.
When the mummy and daddy penguin go off, and then the penguin are like, I'll come to you.
It just reminded me of like you two gliding by. We're just learning. Like, so cute.
This bit kills me. This footage is sped up just to like make it fit the song, and because the shots are long, we can actually see how long some of them are.
Yeah.
So this is sped up, but in normal footage, this is the slowest fall I've ever seen. And Lou, you cracked me up with it because you were just going for it.
Yeah.
It went from, I didn't even know you were coming. You thought you had something else planned that day, and then it was literally like, no, I'm coming. Not only am I coming, I'm skating.
Going for it. Yeah.
Be alright. You gotta find a way to make a brighter day.
I love that.
Just the way she was gliding around it, but remember, sped up.
Yeah.
This footage is normally like, I've never seen someone glide so unsure for so long. It's hilarious.
You gotta find a way, you gotta make a change. You gotta find a way to pick yourself up, make a change, make a bright day. Look at the picture, not the frame. When you realize you hold the key behind your eyes, it will be alright. Yeah, it will be alright. You gotta find a way to pick yourself up, make a change, make a bright day. Look at the picture, not the frame. When you realize you hold the key behind your eyes, it will be alright. Yeah, it will be alright. You gotta find a way to pick yourself up, make a change, make a bright day. Look at the picture,
There he is, John on one foot.
The GoPro on his foot.
Yeah. I've watched the video.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
On TikTok.
Yeah, no, you totally do. We're on community.
realize you hold the key behind your eyes. It will be alright. Yeah, it will be alright. You gotta find a way to pick yourself up.
And then my beautiful friend is making that possible. So shout out Hannah. I don't know whether you're watching this evening, but we saw her there, didn't we? And she's got a spare pair of skates that she's gonna pass on to me.
Mate, if they've got if she's got any like dust of skill that she can pass, like my God,
She's
the
so
skills
good.
this family has.
Yeah.
What was that all about? What was her son's name? Leo.
Leo, yeah, Leo and Charlie. They were both so good. Like they just looked insanely confident on wheels. Amazing.
I'm not gonna lie, seeing them, I was like, I don't need to get on now. This guy's like got his legs fully open, and imagine the floor is like here, right? He's just doing that with his legs fully open, like just
Awesome.
I don't understand it. I'm amazed by it. It's awesome.
I'm loving this. Alexi and Meliz want to start a podcast. That was literally one of our reasons for doing it, wasn't it? Where it's like, let's inspire people that they can do. So that is so cool to hear.
We'll follow you back. We'll watch it. We'll
Indeed.
get an interview.
Yes.
Have it.
Yes. You just gotta go for it and make a start.
Just do it.
Says the one that's got no idea how the tech works behind the scenes.
As the one that's supposed to know and still really doesn't, go for it. If you need any help with stuff, I bet we've got loads of stuff that we can help you with.
And then we've got loads of stuff we haven't got a clue about either, so don't ask us.
Yeah, if you figure that out, let us know.
Yeah.
If you get famous, you have to bring us with you. That's the only caveat. Is that the right word?
Yeah, like when you're being interviewed on like I don't know what, Good Morning Britain or whatever. It's like, oh, Lindzi and Steph was our inspiration.
Lindzi. Be real clear, girls. But no, that's awesome.
I love that video.
Podcasting is your skating. It's a cool video, right?
It's really cool. It's a really cool edit.
So it's 3 minutes 20. We all know Instagram only lets you upload to 3 minutes. So maybe we can decide here. Do I speed it up even quicker with a different song over it, so I'm not butchering James's lovely song, or do I edit some bits out and put that song back?
Put that video onto YouTube.
That was the third option.
Yeah, and then put a clip of it on Instagram and say, to see the full video, head over to our YouTube.
That's why we're partners. So you guys are super smart as well. You're probably thinking that exact same thing.
Yeah, but then it brings people over to watch the full amount of it. We could just do like a 60-second thing then.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. So fun.
Yeah. Oh, that's just like made me so excited all over again for skating.
Yeah. I couldn't have asked for a better birthday. And literally, if everyone's got a new fun hobby out of it, that makes me feel even better.
Yeah.
So we've got 15 minutes, and people want to spend a little time talking about something that has absolutely nothing to do with us. So we really have no business doing it. It's just a community that we care a lot about, right? And I don't want to go on about it because I feel like you could talk about it for a long time. The amount of different topics and things that have arisen just from looking at what's happened. So, without going on about it too long, Flamingo AF. We've talked about them loads. We've got the lovely fan there,
which I feel like I need actually tonight.
I was sweating at the start. Wasn't that just?
Yeah. Why didn't we just use the fan? Yeah, that feels nice, doesn't it?
It feels lovely. It feels real nice. And
kind of get it on.
So at the minute, Flamingo AF, if you've seen on Facebook, on their social media, are going through a little bit of a situation where one of the founders has she made a video explaining that she's chosen to have a drink as the one of the two founders that doesn't have she's not in recovery. She was just sober curious.
Well, we featured them, didn't we, on the 12 hours slot? Did we ever cut them out and do them as separate interviews?
No, because it ended up being a little bit.
Yeah, it was true.
It's just a case of just get people to that video.
Yeah, that was
it. The thing in. But so yeah, if you watch that, then you'll know yourself that it's two very different stories. And as an events company, they just wanted to bring fun into a night out again. You need to include alcohol.
I'm enjoying an alcohol. The sun's out. Everyone's like, "Oh, don't you feel like pub garden weather?" Well, yeah, I still have an AF drink.
And that's what Flamingo AF does. It provides this opportunity for you to be able to change all these perceptions that you thought you had about what you needed on a night out. And for me, who doesn't have an addiction problem with alcohol, I absolutely love these nights out for so many different reasons that we've covered in the past.
I love the term sober curious as well, where it's like you're just curious about what it means to be sober and what that experience is like. And that's, for me, that's what they were promoting.
100%. I feel like through having their two different stances, they kind of broaden their audience. Yeah. It's you know, for people in recovery, and there's people that are just like,
what's this all about?
Yeah, definitely. And they've always been great to us. They're lovely. We love the work they do, and we love the community that has been so strong. When we go there, we're greeted with such nice people and such really great stories. It's just been a very strong community, and it seems like through expressing that that she chose to have a drink, and it wasn't falling off the bandwagon. This is Steph. And
an intentional drink. I liked it because it was like planned. It wasn't like you fell off the wagon. It was like an intentional planned drink.
And that's important to say, right? Because if you're talking to your audience where you have a bunch of people who are struggling with addiction or through their addiction journey, it can be a little bit triggering if you're like, oh, she's been very clear. I chose to have an intentional drink. This wasn't me falling off the bandwagon. This isn't,
This is
any
me.
reason for you to worry.
Yeah, this is me. This is her. In 2021, she gave up booze for a month. It's now 2024, and she's still off the booze. So if she wants to have a drink, she can have a drink.
100%. And as far as I mean, maybe I'm reading into stuff, but we're pretty sure she's always been very clear about this.
Now, just to make it clear, we think that the falling out or the drama or whatever has been caused because people have misconstrued her message.
Yes.
Now, to put it into context, it'd be like if I came out on the socials and said, "Look, guys, I need a bit of a break. It's really tough, like hearing everybody's stories all of the time,
This
and
is the other half of it, right? It's not just the drinking.
Because the drink doesn't seem to be what's caused the problem. It seems to be this status she put up explaining that she'd had a drink, and within that status she said, I need to step back a little bit from this whole sobriety thing. The recovery stuff is a bit much, the addiction talk is a bit much, and there's a lot of issues and drama that goes along with it.
Yeah.
And that is what's blown the community up from the inside out. People took a lot of offence to the fact that she'd grouped issues and drama with recovery and addiction. So to give you the context, it'd be like if I came out on my socials and said, look, I need a mental health break. It's all a bit much. I'm getting a lot of messages about people that aren't getting medication and are struggling with diagnosis and waiting lists, and I need a bit of a break from it. And then you lot turning around and being like, how dare you, unbelievable, blah, blah, blah. And then shunning me from my own kind of community that I've built. That's basically what's happened, to give it some context. But the reason we wanted to raise it is because the misunderstanding that's gone on and the amount of triggered behaviour, defensive behaviour.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking for one, right? Because we love these people. All they've ever shown to us is this strong connection. Like I see, they support each other. But we understand that being a support platform is hard work, right? We need to get our own support through doing.
Yeah.
We are professionals in this, and it still gets a lot.
Yeah.
Flamingo AF are not a support platform. They are an events,
an alcohol-free events company.
And through sharing their own experience, it helps with their brand, right? It helps create this community that can feel safe.
Yeah.
And I love having these varied stories across their experiences. Meeting some of the people there have been insane.
Yeah.
They've been lovely.
It's that opportunity for those that felt triggered by her status to look inward, right? Because
what was jumping out at me.
Yeah, it's like if you felt when she mentioned the drama and the issues, that's the thing that people seem to be annoyed about. That to me suggests that those people feel like they do bring drama and issues and wish they didn't, maybe, or feel offended as though she was actually talking about them in some kind of roundabout way.
I feel like there's a mix of two things here. There's what you've just said, this idea of it's a little bit projection, right?
Yeah.
You put yourself onto someone else. And especially if it's this person that you maybe considered a leader, an icon in your world.
On a pedestal almost.
Yeah, definitely. And for some reason, them showing you that they're not exactly who they are makes you ignore what you're conjuring up inside you with these feelings and putting it straight on the other person. On the other half, I see this level of attachment. It's abandonment.
Yeah.
Again, not real abandonment. She's stated that she wants some time, and this was at the start, right? I don't know what the situation
I mean, it has got so out of hand now. It's really hard to keep up with what's been, and I'm sure there's loads of hurtful stuff that's been said behind the scenes. But the gist is, people have taken it out of context or taken it personally when really what they should have said is, "Oh my God, are you okay?"
100%.
I'm so sorry to hear that it's kind of affected your mental health.
Yeah, from a community that I'd seen be very big with their healing and growth.
Yeah.
Not blaming other people for your own problems and advocating for your own safety, but also understanding that sobriety is an interesting one, right? It's not like heroin. You could be like, no one takes it, it's everyone hates it. It's society, it's still very much acceptable.
You have to go and meet someone down a dark alley and all the rest of it to get hold of it, whereas alcohol's in every single shop you go in. It's very hard to avoid it.
It's paired with certain meals in fancy restaurants. It's like you can't escape it in some. And I think to go around being like, well, everyone should be alcohol free.
Which she has never, ever said.
exactly. It's really,
It's
no
just
one wants
sad,
that.
isn't it?
Yeah, I loved that she was open with it. And I think it was just one comment that made me a little bit, and it was basically saying, like, it's like you're telling us after, like, you're trying to cover your own back, like you were in recovery, and now you're like, oh, it was a choice, it was my. And in my head, it was like, what else would you like her to have done? To have said, guys, today I'm thinking it's going to be the day that I have an intentional drink.
Yeah.
That to me is way more triggering for a group of people trying to
It
consider
almost
their
gives
own
everyone
experience.
else
Yeah.
the opportunity to, oh, I might as well be in Stef. Yeah, that's a good point.
Instead, she's told you on the reflection. Do you know what I mean? After the incident, I'm telling you this, like she does with everything. She experiences something, she makes a funny video about it, or an informative video about it, and we love her for that, right?
And to be fair, her content has moved away from sobriety a lot for the last few months. Just because she didn't want it anymore. She had said a few times on her TikTok, I don't want to be talking about sobriety all the time. I was only ever sober curious. I've reaped the rewards of my sobriety. I was never in addiction anyway, so I'm not a recovered alcoholic that's inspiring for people.
And
I want to talk about my running. I want to
Yeah.
talk about my camping. You know, she'd said
She's-
that ages ago.
She said, I'm not a therapist. And
Yeah.
that is such a core sentence to me that sticks with me. She's not a therapist. She never signed up to be a therapist.
And even therapists need like that time away.
Legally,
Yeah.
we have to be able to talk to other people and get support while we're supporting others. If for any reason that supervisor thinks we're not up to scratch with our mental health,
Yeah, then they're going to intervene and
you don't get to
Yeah.
counsel anyone. You're not allowed to. Taking breaks within a platform like this is so vital, and I encourage everyone to do it. Like,
I think
including ourselves.
I think the message that we can take from this is to remember that communication really is key, because in hindsight
Yeah.
there was a lot of flare-ups very quickly, and I think we have to
Over
remember
a written text.
yeah, we have to remember to have power over our own reactions. They're the only thing you can control.
Yeah.
You can't control what she's done or what someone said, but you can
Exactly.
control how you react over it. And it's
Yes.
just taking that moment to think, is this about me?
Yeah.
No, it's not. Why has it made me feel this way? Because I'm insecure about this or whatever. You know, there's
Exactly.
a learning curve.
But we're in this space where we already know that, right? Because we're dealing with this, you know, if you're struggling with addiction and this is the reason it proper hurts you because you feel like you've been maybe abandoned by the person that was helping you. Like, surely we've already been doing the work to understand that it all is inside you.
Yeah, yeah.
Do the work inside. You cannot control anyone around you. I mean, I feel like that's kind of the first lesson you learn in healing yourself, right? Because you stop doing this at the world.
Yeah, yeah. And, well, they say, don't you, that when you're pointing a finger, there's actually three pointing back at you. And it's like remembering that as you point a finger, think, oh, hold on a minute, what am I saying about myself right now?
And look, I don't have a drinking addiction. I have my own addiction problems with certain things. And I cannot begin to, I don't know, understand necessarily what a drinking problem has for someone because it's so socially acceptable otherwise. I understand that addiction and sobriety becomes a really core part of your life if you want to stay on track. And I understand that this may be bringing up feelings for you. And I don't want you to think that we're making this to be like, oh, you flockers that have just turned your backs. That's not it. We understand why you are maybe feeling hurt.
Yeah.
Again, maybe there's certain things we don't know anything about. And we're just making assumptions, but in which case, you know.
Well, we're trying not. Yeah, we're trying not to assume, but we also want to show our support for a community that's been really supportive for us, and especially Lily and Steph. Like, we've been really close to them, loved watching their journey. We've had them on the podcast, and to think that I actually do feel a bit like, you know, to think anybody has switched on them, I think is out of order. But I also think, learn your own lessons from that. Like, why am I switching on this person? What is it about me that needs to heal?
I think, you know, being a duo of women doing very similar work, it kind of touches home, right? And like I said, if you were to, like, my initial example was, imagine if you went to the doctors, got your assessment, and they said you're not ADHD, and then we all just go, oh, we can't be part of this then.
Yeah.
It's stupid, right? It breaks my heart, the idea of.
Even if at some point, I mean, I'm very much like, I don't need an ADHD label, blah, blah, blah. But on the other hand, finding out I was ADHD was massively healing. So it's like, it is a kind of, if I suddenly said, right, I'm not going to relate to the ADHD label anymore.
Yeah,
I'm
guys, it's boring. I think I'm just a witch. I'm just
gonna, I'm an indigo soul and I'm a witch. They're the labels I'm going to, it's like, that's cool. That's okay. But
we're not going to turn around and go, well, you can't be part of this.
yeah, or it
She's
might,
part of this. She's into witch stuff.
yeah, or it might make you feel quite abandoned because I'm moving away from that label. But that's got to make you think, why do I feel this way? Is it because, you know, I need to heal something myself? And that's the tool there, isn't it?
Yeah, so I hope that's coming equally and unbiased as it can be, you know, without.
It's a tricky one, isn't it? Because, you know, you want to, I'm sticking up for them both. Like, I don't know, but I also don't know what's going on. So I'm talking from a completely blind point of view.
It's like, just assume we don't know anything we're talking about. However, we have much to say on it. And
and
we support them both, and we want this back together.
Yeah,
we
definitely.
want that solid community back because we love their parties. We love everything they were doing, the whole ethos. And like I said, we see ourselves, you know what I mean? Like ADHD AF, they were a duo at one point, right? And I think one of them left because of burnout.
Yeah, I think she wanted to be fair, she wanted to go and follow her university. She got accepted at university. She wanted to go and follow her educational dreams. Now,
did she get any fallout?
No, that's what I mean. And I was just going to say that at the end of the day, they had a big, big going away party, and it was lovely. It was like, there was no need for that abandonment thing and how dare you do your own thing or anything like that. And, you know, I think it's quite sad really that people that are in this recovery space haven't got that self-awareness that, you know, they're not boozed up and talking from a drunken perspective. They are, you know, they're coming from a healing or apparently healed perspective. So clearly some inner work to be done, shadow work,
get it done.
Yes.
And yeah, big loves to you girls. We hope
we're always here if you want to come on and chat and share your story and get any messages out there to anybody, you know. 100%. We're down for that, but we just want you to know that we you.
Yeah, I'm just having, maybe I'm overthinking. I'm like, should I message them to be like, we're going to talk about this? But I also don't want them to be like, oh, and feel they have to watch it. And be like,
well, that's the thing. It's like, we were before the show started, we were like, oh, should we mention it? Shouldn't we? But it's one of them where it's like, we're shouting out some news that's happened in a community amongst us. But it's also, for us, it's like, what the only point of if we did it was if there can be a learning experience from it for our community. And there is, in the sense that you can misunderstand what people mean all the time. And I think that for me is the biggest message, that if you ever read something and it makes you angry, brilliant.
Yeah.
Now question why you're angry about it. That is one of the biggest tools you're ever going to have in life. You know, you're triggered. Wow. Okay. Why are you triggered? You know what I mean? So that for me is the reason that we've raised it, because there is a really valuable lesson in it all.
Definitely. And they're not going to be the only advocacy and support, like people that people turn to online to get the support and help that they feel that they get through whatever journey it is. I know H3 that I watched, family, there's loads of them. And again, there's a similar thing where they're not helping people, but if one of the people on there dares express an alternate view about something, the whole chat just erupts. Again, it's not with it never represents me sat there who's not commenting and the wider public. It just represents the ones that are stuck on their keyboard.
Yeah.
Not looking inward, just being like,
There's a saying to do with that the loudest, something like the loudest doesn't represent. It was when all the political stuff was going on. Somebody said it on the radio, and it was something like the loudest 1% doesn't represent the quiet 99 or something. But it's quite 100%. Like, oh wow. But anyway, we hope that none of you have been overly affected by the scenarios that have been going on.
Yeah, and from what we've seen, there is still really supportive messages going on there.
Yeah, and that's the positive from it. It is just the minority that have taken it kind of to heart when you look at the overall chat. And yeah, you're right, Dane. Our culture is built around alcohol, and it must be really, really hard. I mean, I was just giving it up for I love being a rebel, so I love the fact I don't drink. I love the look of horror that it causes. What, you don't drink? Whatever. And I'm like, no, never. And I love that it causes such a response. I just find it really interesting.
That's why I like what Flamingo AF does, because it makes you question these things. You know, you get things like, oh, what, so you're not going to have fun? It's like, hold on. What does it say about fun?
Yeah,
it's about drinking.
Yeah. Sorry that you have to have a drink to have fun. And it's interesting as well how many people, like, way more in the first year, but it was almost like they weren't happy that I was going to be sobered throughout the night because they were going to be drunk. And I'm like, that says a hell of a lot about your behaviour and the fact that you'd feel more safe if I was drunk.
It's almost as if this elixir that improves your appearance and how you deal with people isn't as great when the other people aren't drunk.
Yeah, and they're thinking, oh God, what if I make a fool of myself and she's sober still? So well, that's your problem.
Yeah, don't worry about the last bit. Don't care if I see you or not.
Yeah,
just care.
Just worry about the fool that you're going to become when you've had too much to drink.
Exactly.
But anyway, back to the chat. Alexi has said that she wants to do some fan. I can't remember how she worded it. Can't see it now either with my bad eyes.
Do you two have a photo both of you that would you specifically love? I want to do fan art. Oh my god, that's so cute. I don't know, what have we got?
We've got a few on my Instagram. So
I love the thumbnails as well. Some of them thumbnails I spent so long on.
Yeah, that'd be cool if you picked one of the actual YouTube thumbnails. Like,
yeah, definitely. If you send it, I'll literally put it behind us.
Yeah, that is a cool idea.
That'd be wicked.
Yeah, both
guys.
Yeah, so
good.
sweet. I am aware of the time, and I am aware that I've left my darling housemate cooking for me this evening. So
shout out, Lou.
Yeah, she'll probably be slaving over a hot stove right now while we're playing in the background.
She's got it playing like she's not left yet. She's not.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like, are you not coming back for this dinner? Please hit like if you've not done so already. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit subscribe. We're going to make 200 subscribers in the next few days. I can feel it.
I can feel it, guys.
Yes.
And, you know, if you see us, you know, even the days we're not on, just video on. Just, like, show your mates. Send it to people. Make a cool letter chain where you have to send it to everyone.
Yeah, no, do it.
Okay.
Remember those chain letters? God, they were fascinating. So one of the ways that you can support us if you're in the financial position to do so is through Patreons. Yeah, if you can speak Spanish, you'll see see how to do this. But yeah, we do use Patreon. £1 a month, £5 a month, £10 a month, £25 a month. Loads of different benefits for each of those. And one of the cool benefits is that every single month we do a prize draw. Even if you're only in for £1 a month, there's the opportunity to win some really cool prizes. And we shout out a different Patreon subscriber every single episode, regardless. So
that's well good of us.
I know. And this week, let's shout out Lou Beans. You outed her falling over on the skating video.
The slowest fall in history.
And she's cooking dinner for me, and that's probably why she's not commenting in the chat, because she's busy doing that.
Or she's pulling slugs out of Fleur's mouth. One of the funniest things I've seen.
Fleur's got our little mascot has got a taste for slugs, which is just, if anyone's got any suggestions how you can put her off that, because it's like, you know, when it's been raining and she cannot wait to get outside to go see if there's any slugs to eat. It's just crazy. But she's a funny dog.
She is a cute little gross little dog.
But yeah, shout out, the episode's not dedicated to Fleur, it's dedicated to Lou, which is Fleur's mum.
Keeping Fleur alive, keeping her happy.
Oh,
and
she bought her a paddling pool. We put it up for her, let her in it. Fleur decided that she wanted to grab hold of the paddling pool, just fling it about as she does a watering bowl, and popped it. So it's anyone wants to send us a new paddling pool, we're down.
It's just a big water bowl. I love that.
Yes. Brilliant.
Well, I will let you get home so Lou can stop cooking.
Yeah.
Tell her that she's won if she's not listening, or maybe she's listening in the background.
And Kat, message me. I'll come out to play after my dinner.
Yeah, definitely. U Club is tomorrow. Anyone that's coming to U Club, we'll see you there. If you'd like an invite to U Club, send us an email.
Yes, get in touch.
differenthumandesign@official@gmail.com. And that's it. We'll see you next week. This is Lindzi.
This is Steph.
We're a Different Human Design.
This is a different podcast. Good night.
Ciao. Bella.
Why is it like this? Instead of hate, it should be love, we invite it. You don't agree, then you're the problem that we're fighting. Open up your mind, stand up, become righteous. Why?